The diameter of a circle with midpoint A passes through the points C, minus 3 and 2, and D, 5 and minus 6. Determine the coordinates of the midpoint of the circle as well as the radius. So let's just first of all plot the 2 points on an axis diagram. That will be C at minus 3 and 2, and this point would be D, 5 on the x-axis and minus 6 on the y-axis. Now the midpoint of the line drawn from C to D is also going to be the midpoint of the circle, because we were told that that line is the diameter, and obviously the midpoint of the diameter is the midpoint of the circle. So let's construct the circle through those 2 points, and then we would be looking for that point there, which is the point A. It is also the midpoint of the line CD, and we would be making use of the midpoint formula for the line CD. It's given as x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2, and you'll see immediately it's already in the right format for the x coordinate and the y coordinate of the midpoint. So we just need to then choose the two x values, minus 3 plus 5 over 2, and for the y values 2 plus minus 6, or 2 minus 6 then, over 2, and that will give us 2 over 2 and minus 4 over 2, which is 1 and minus 2. So the coordinates of the midpoint would be 1 and minus 2, and we can write there x coordinate, y coordinate. Now they say also the length of the radius. So now obviously we need to either find the distance between C and D and divide it by 2, because the radius is half the diameter, or we can use point A and simply measure the distance from A to either C or D. So let's just do it from A to D. That is the length of the radius. D has got coordinates 5 and minus 6, and the distance formula for the line AD is given by square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Any point can be x1 and y1, so let's just call that one x1 and y1, and this point x2 and y2. Really doesn't matter in which sequence you do this. x2 minus x1 is 5 minus 1 squared plus y2 minus y1 is minus 6 minus minus 2. Be careful for that minus 2. So it's minus 6 minus minus 2 squared. That will then give us 5 minus 1 is 4 squared is 16, plus minus 6 plus 2 is going to be minus 4 squared. It's also going to be 16, and the distance would then be square root of 32. So the radius, or the line AD, we can leave insert form or in root form, because 32 won't be a rational number, so we can just leave it as square root 32, which is the value for the radius from the midpoint of the circle to the circumference of the circle. It's a distance of square root 32.